Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Monster Legends. This video is going to be dedicated to the Urcann'S tail event. So this is super important. What I want you to do right now is, if you are interested in getting this mythic monster, and realistically you should be, I want you to save anywhere from 150 to 200 gems. So you have 7 days to start saving those gems. And with all of the events going on, the 72-hour challenges, with the weekly challenges, with the with the easy, medium, and hard gem dungeons, hopefully you can save those gems. So don't be using them in other events. Also in the maze, you can probably get some gems, right? If you do the limited time pathway, I think there's like 14 gems. So please do me the favor and start saving your gems. So with that being said, I'm going to describe how the tail event works. I'm going to show you guys screenshots from previous tail events showing you guys that you can get this brand new mythic monster for like 150 gems roughly. It could probably be like 120 to 200 depending on how active you are on your logins. So please just save the gems. That's all I gotta say. I'm also gonna do a mini analysis on this monster. I thought about doing a dedicated analysis video, but I'm like, really, I think we can just include it in this. So we'll start with information. For those of you that are new to the game, for those of you that are new to the channel, the tail event is very interesting. It works by, you have to get 5 of each of these items. So it doesn't matter if you get like 20 lanterns. No, you need 5 of each items. And by getting 5 of those each items, you will unlock the event. So I need to make this very clear. If you get those items, you do not get the monster, okay? If you get 5 of each of those items, you will not get the monster. It says right there, collect tokens before the challenge starts. What happens is once you get those 5 items, you will be able to access the challenge. And in that challenge, you actually you have a chance to get the monster. And it's a progressive event. At least historically, it's always been a progressive event. And the way a progressive event works is you need to collect items. And we'll go through that in a while. So I just want to make it clear, because to be completely honest, you will probably have all the items by the end of today or tomorrow. Because in order to, I don't know why SocialPoint makes it so easy. You basically watch a bunch of Monsterwood videos and you can get some items. But let's say you don't care about watching Monsterwood videos. If you just go to the resource dungeons and you scroll to the right, the token dungeon, this will appear twice. So you can get 1 of each item. No, you can get 2 of each item in this token dungeon, and then 2 of each item in the other token dungeon. That's why I'm already at 2 out of 5. So even without watching Monsterwood videos, you would be at 4 out of 5. And then, realistically, you just need to do one of these weekly challenges. See this one right here? The Urcann'S Tails chest contains 1 of each of the tokens. Basically, if you just open up this chest and do both of the token dungeons, you have 5 out of 5. So if you don't want to watch Monsterwood, if you can't watch Monsterwood, maybe you don't have Monsterwood, that is completely fine. You are still able to get the monster. You're still able to unlock the challenge. And if you're ever wondering how many items you have, you just need to find it over here on the right. Where is it? If you can find it on the right, wherever it's at, you can click on the little icon. It'll tell you how many items you have. You could also click in your storage and you click on category. I think it's this one right here. Yes, it is. The little scroll. And you scroll to the right. That one will show you how many of each item you have. See, I have 2 compasses, 2 shovels, 2 spyglass, 2 maps, and 2 lanterns. So that's how that works. Okay, guys? So, yeah, it's basically straightforward. If you get 5 of each item, you will unlock the progressive event. Now, here is a screenshot from the previous event. Or actually, maybe the one before that. So this is the raw event. So this is what the Tails challenge will look like. You can see that first node that says claimed. That's just an avatar. So you unlock that avatar by having 5 of each item, and then you can immediately start on the next node. The first node gives you 20 cells. And the way the progressive event works, if you're new to the event, maybe you play the Josh Stuff challenge, that's called the progressive event. The way this event works is that every 8 hours, essentially, you can collect 6 gold items. Every 8 hours, you can get 4 feed your monster items. And then fight, you can do every 2 hours. Hatch eggs, you get 1 every 8 hours. That's why, take a look at my collect gold. I said you can get every 8 hours, you can get 6, right? So notice 6 plus 6 is 12 plus 6 is 18. So that means I did 3 collections. Feed your monsters, it's 4. 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 4 is 12. That's why I have 12. Hatch your egg, 1 every 8 hours. That's why I have 3. So see how it flows perfectly? So basically, the way the Tails challenge works is that as soon as the event starts, you do a full collection. Because as soon as the game starts, you do a full collection. You set a timer for 8 hours, you come back in 8 hours, and you do another collection. And then you come back in another 8 hours, and you do another collection. So after 16 hours have passed since you first did your collection, bam, you would skip for 32 gems. Roughly, okay? This is not absolutely perfect, but here I was able to skip at 32 gems. And then that brings us to the next node. And as soon as you move on into the next node, you can do a full collection. And so I did that. And then this is after 2 days. So notice my collect gold is at 30, which is 6 times 5. Feed your monsters is 4 times 5. And then breed your monsters, I didn't get the 5th one, but it doesn't matter. The breed and the hatching doesn't really reduce the cost that much. Here, after 48 hours, I was able to skip at 46 gems. And then the very last one, the 50 cells, this is after, I don't know how much. Let's see, collect gold after 6 collections. Notice how it's 36. Feed your monsters, 4 times 6. And hatch egg, like I said, that one doesn't really matter. But I did do all my PvP and I did do my fights. I skipped after 71. If you add up all of those amounts, I was able to get raw, a brand new mythic monster for 149 gems. And that's still with a 4-hour buffer. Look at the top left-hand corner. I still had 4 more hours in the event. The thing is that for me, the event starts like at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning. So because I don't want to oversleep or because I don't want to wake up right at 4, or like I'd probably have to wake up like at 3:59 because I think the event starts at 4. So I'd have to wake up like at 3:30. I didn't want to risk it. So I went ahead and skipped. But realistically, I could have probably lowered the cost by another maybe like 10 to 20 gems. So yeah, I am just telling you guys, please save 150 gems. You can, because unlocking the events is easy enough. Collecting those items like I showed you guys, getting the tokens, super easy. But the harder part, which is subjectively hard, is having the gems for this event. So if you will please save the gems, you will be able to get this brand new monster for 150 gems. That is a pretty good average, right? If you aren't able to do good logins, if maybe one time it takes you 10 hours, another time it takes you 12 hours, then yeah, it's going to be more expensive for you. If you are able to log in during, see, again, I had a 4-hour interval. If you're able to log in during those 4 hours, you're going to reduce the cost. So please just save the gems, and then you can decide whether or not it's worth going for or not. With that being said, let's do a mini analysis. So hopefully that was pretty thorough. And as far as an explanation, I will do another video once the event actually comes out, kind of going through my thought process and everything again. But hopefully you are prepared and you understand the progressive events. But like I said, now let's do a little analysis on this monster. So life 55,495, power and speed. I believe that speed stat is equal to that of the mythic deniers currently in the game. Let's see, we have freeze immunity, we have harden, and area increased accuracy. Very nice. So now none of your allies are going to be missing their attacks, and you're going to be able to land denial and whatever you need to land. This monster can hold a staff and a banner. I'm thinking Cane of Atlantis. I'm thinking Charging Banner. This monster never has to worry about stamina for you or your team. And I mean, obviously, whatever other staff and banner you can utilize as well. Alright, basic attacks. I'm noticing right now this monster is definitely not an attacker. You only have 2 attacks. Although I will say, this is a water monster, no? Maybe it's a thunder monster. I should have checked. It can be either way. It's probably a thunder monster. I'm seeing a lot of thunder attacks. Okay, never mind. I was gonna be like, he's gonna be in the sea books though. So hey, a thunder monster in the sea books, you have an elemental advantage. So let's see. Shine in the Abyss deals heavy thunder damage to one enemy and days. 0 cooldown. So if you get hit with CDA, you're totally fine. And that's funny because you have basically protection against Gaidago. So spammable thunder attack, heavy thunder attack at that. Moderate special damage to all enemies. Charge wave, also spammable. Sea Jolt deals low thunder damage to all enemies. Apply shock. Shock prevents extra churn. So if you're having trouble with any extra churner, the best way to use the shock would be if you have your increased accuracy at rank 3. That way the enemy is basically the shock lands, right? As opposed to the enemy having hardened or something and then the shock doesn't land. So definitely useful to have this monster at rank 3 for that purpose. What else do we have? We also have applies thunder immunity and stamina regen to all of your allies. I'm not the biggest fan of that skill, although thunder immunity, I guess if you're facing another Urccan'S or another thunder mythic monster, that would come in handy. Let's see, lightning swing deals low thunder damage to one enemy, applies shock in days, gives 1 extra turn. Ooh, you gotta love it when a monster has an extra turn skill. So Urccan'S would be able to stop another Urccan'S with shock. But yeah, it's a nice little shock days. And let me do something else. Electrifying Boost applies triple damage to an ally during 1 turn. Okay. Applies shock to an ally. Why do all these mythic monsters hurt you when they buff you? Zorky does burning. Urccan'S does triple damage. And I wonder if we're going to start seeing a mythic monster in every element that can apply triple damage plus some negative ailment. I guess I will say I'd rather be shocked than burning, assuming I don't have an extra turn skill. So this is a support monster, right? Here's a triple damage buff. You could potentially shock and daze an enemy monster and then buff one of your allies. So I guess that's good because this monster has a higher base speed than most other mythic monsters. As a support monster, you could use them just to buff your attacker and then your attacker can do an OTK, right? It's the same thing with Zorky, right? If you wanted to, you can put a Megaton monster to absorb attacks, then you can put an armor claw with level 3 with 3 level 10 strength runes, and then electrifying boost, and then armor claw does AoE. So that's always a combo you can utilize. Or if your ally has evasion or something, then the shock won't land. So there's ways to get around the shock, although I don't think the shock is that big of a deal. The thing you should focus on here is that triple damage, which of course triple damage is nice if you can synergize. Dance of Thunder applies precision and damage boost to all of your allies. Okay, that's a nice little buff. And removes negative effects from my allies. I always love when a skill can remove negative effects. Rumble of the Sea applies triple damage and true vision. That's a nice alt, assuming it doesn't get removed next turn. I'm not that impressed with this monster. I feel like you could skip him if you wanted to, but I also think it's to your advantage to get every single mythic monster, and 150 gems for mythic monster is not a bad thing, so I would still pick him up. I would go ahead 100% and pick him up for 150 gems. Again, with everything going on, with the 70-hour challenges, with the maze, with the easy, medium, and hard dungeon, it's easy enough to save those gems to be able to participate in the event and get them. And so guys, with that being said, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this monster in the comments below, and remember to subscribe.